One.
Hi kids, how are you doing today? I want to thank you for joining me. My name's Officer Mitch, and today I'm going to read a book for you, Officer Buckle and Gloria. This is one of my favorite books. It's also one of my friend's favorite books, Officer Kevin, and he gave it to me and asked me if I'd share it with you. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students of Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes they were snoring. Maybe it's because they called it Knappville School. That sounds like a fun school to go to. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Miss Topple didn't hear him. Can you see any other safety violations in the picture? Take a look. I think you can find a couple. Then one day, Knappville's police department brought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along with him. "Children, this is Gloria," announced Officer Buckle. "Gloria, obey my commands. Gloria, sit." And Gloria sat. What a good dog. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention, and she was. What else was Gloria doing? I don't think she was just sitting down. Look carefully. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought a safety tip he discovered this morning. Gloria's still not sitting down, is she? Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He'd never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived. It was stuffed with thank you letters from students at Knappville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Can you read some of these letters? Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to the school. You are nice. Your friend, George. All of them had pictures of the dog. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet." That's safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to the bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog. Look at how many people called him. He is becoming really famous. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having his buddy. Look at that. Gloria jumping and having ice cream. That sounds like a lot of fun. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. You guys know what an auditorium is. Look how many people were there. That's pretty cool. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during an electrical storm, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. Look how happy they are. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. Look at him on the couch sharing popcorn with Gloria. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more safety speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience at Knappville. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. I wonder what that's going to be. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed, and she let go of her hammer. I wonder how many safety tips they weren't following. Can you find them all? The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note, written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. You remember who Claire is, right? She wrote the other letter on the star. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. What's that safety tip going to be? Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. That was a great book. And I want to thank everybody for joining me so we could have story time. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And take care of yourself and be healthy and listen to your parents and have fun.